Hi, welcome. My name is Isra and I'm going to be sharing with you the July energy update. So there were a couple of different messages that came through, and close to the end of the video I'm going to share different cards that I took out from two different oracle card decks. So stay tuned for that for the end of the video. And the first message that came through was around forgiveness. We begin the month with the sun sign being in the sign of Cancer. The sign of Cancer is connected to your home, family, the inner child, the inner mother, nourishing yourself, as well as allowing yourself to feel the emotions. This is a very deep water sign connected to your emotions, and so giving yourself permission to feel your emotions is going to be very, very important. And with that, there may be aspects of oneself where we need to forgive because we did not have enough information at the time to deal with the situation. And sometimes we could be very hard on ourselves according to how we were treated growing up by our parents, by the people around us. And so bringing the awareness to your thoughts and how you are speaking to yourself and saying, you know what? It's okay that I made this mistake, and being gentle towards yourself, knowing that you made this mistake, because through that you can grow. Through that you can end the cycle of doing this sort of pattern or practice. And it will then become lighter for you. You will feel lighter when you allow whatever emotions that are not being felt to be felt. Allowing the tears to be felt. A lot of tears may come through for some people during this time, especially right now. I'm filming it on the Cancer new moon, and tears are naturally going to come up. Do not hold back. Don't feel a hesitation or shame in feeling those emotions, and creating space to take care of your emotional self is very important. Like you take care of your body, and if you are not taking care of your body, to eat nourishing foods, to slow down, or to exercise, even if it's 10 minutes, it doesn't have to be very long. It's essential if you're on the path of ascension, if you're on the path of embodiment and coming back into your body. And as you forgive yourself, you then are able to dissolve the armor around your heart, because if there's a lot of armor around your heart, you cannot give or receive love. And this requires to be vulnerable with yourself, to be vulnerable with the people close to you, and of course opening up to the right people, not the people that won't be understanding, who actually might be bringing more harm than good. So also being discerning who you share with is very important. So forgiveness is the first message. Self-forgiveness, forgiveness of the other, for everyone is at a different part of their journey, and honoring that. The second message is identifying the beliefs that are no longer serving you. So this is the inner child work, the shadow work. The shadow is the aspects of ourselves that we do not want to see, that we are running away from. And so through this work, you identify the belief that is not serving you. For example, that I am not good enough, or the belief of it's already out there, what's the point of me sharing this with the world? Instead, replacing it with the belief that serves your highest good. For example, instead of saying it's already out there, replacing it with the belief of my essence, my uniqueness is needed in this world, and it's not already out there. Even if someone else is sharing something similar, you are unique. Your energetic frequency is unique. So there is no one like you. And because of that, the world needs you, and you need to share with the world. And just noticing where you're limiting yourself. So that's another message, limitations. What limitations are you placing upon yourself? Where are you operating from a place of fear, survival, instead of operating from a place of love and thriving? And this for sure can be connected to the inner child, the beliefs that were made at that time, and how we were treated growing up. And because of that, we internalized, this is what I am worthy of, and this is what I can do. Instead saying, is that true? And where did this belief come from? That's a very good question to ask yourself. Where did this belief come from? Because when you realize that belief does not even actually have a strong basis, you then realize you can free yourself. You become more free. And with that freedom, your inner child you can feel a greater level of joy, of love, of lightness, and things don't have to be so serious. Of course, there are going to be difficult times and challenges that may come through, but knowing how to navigate them like water, flowing like water, without resisting, going on the path of least resistance, will allow you to navigate them with more ease. And with time, you will realize the more you're able to flow, to be in that feminine flow, in the sense of allowing your emotions to be felt, the more you're able then to feel light, and you're able to navigate these times in a more light way. So, also another message that's coming through is to see things from a higher perspective. To see things not from the perspective of your wounds, but from a higher perspective, and realizing that they have wisdom, messages. I call them roses of wisdom that come through when you alchemize, when you transmute this pain into gold. So this is a time of reflection, a time of sitting with your inner child and realizing what beliefs have been holding you back from stepping up, being in the spotlight, allowing yourself to shine, allowing yourself to take up space, and to see where have I been limiting myself and how can I step up. Now, one of the fears that come up with stepping into your truth may be the fear of triggering people. Allow that to happen, because you cannot control another person's reaction, and for you to keep on playing small, it will create resentment, it will create anger within you, and it will also create stagnation. And you might look back maybe a couple years from now and say, oh, I wish I did that thing I was holding myself back from. Another fear may be the fear of losing people, a friend, a partner, a family member, whatever it may be. If those people do not encourage your dreams, if they're not supporting your dreams, then they are not meant to be in your life. And this is something really difficult to come to terms with, especially when it comes to family. It's something that I have had to navigate through with friends, with past partners, with family members. And it's just about you following your truth and knowing that when you step into that frequency of honoring what you want, then the right people who will support you, who will love you for choosing you, will come into your life, because you are sending out that frequency into the world saying, I matter and I love myself. So the message that's coming through is around self-love. Honor you, honor what you want, and the world will reflect that back to you. As above, so below, as below, so above. This is the Hermetic law, and it will be reflected back to you. The third message is give yourself what makes you feel elevated. Give yourself what makes you feel happy. If there's something that you want, get yourself that thing. Don't wait. So if you're a woman, or even a man, if you're a woman and you want to get flowers for yourself, you want those flowers, get yourself some roses. Get yourself the flowers that you want, that make you feel happy. Beautify yourself, dress up. Don't hold back for a certain occasion. And with that, you step more into the frequency of your femininity. Or it could be going to the gym, working out, if that makes you feel elevated. Or creating a practice. For example, journaling. For me, when I journal, when I work out, it makes me feel elevated. I journal about what I'm feeling, what I want to create. And I drink cacao, which ceremonial grade cacao, which naturally elevates your mood, which naturally will connect you to your heart, to your intuition, and to your throat chakra. And that's another thing around the throat chakra is coming through. It is speaking your truth with love and speaking your truth with no hesitation, because the more you speak, the more freedom you will receive for yourself. And it can be really scary to speak up, especially if it's confronting someone. It doesn't have to be so intense and serious. It could be coming from a gentle place where you're like, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I've been going through. And sometimes that seriousness has to come through, really. But doing the thing that elevates you, that nourishes you, giving your inner child, you, yourself, the thing that you've been wanting. And growing up, we may not have received the thing that nourished us. We may not have received the thing that was uplifting for us. And so giving yourself that very thing. So for example, giving yourself positive words. If growing up there was verbal abuse, you were brought down, you were shamed, you're told you're not good enough, beautiful enough, whatever it may be, not intelligent enough, give yourself those words. Say, I am powerful, I am so beautiful, and look yourself in the mirror, look in your own eyes, and you will see how this will shift you over time. The more you speak to yourself, especially if you speak it onto water, because water carries memory. And when you speak onto water and you say, I am loved, I am beautiful, I am exactly where I need to be, you then heal the waters within you, your inner waters. Water, the element of water, is connected to your emotions. So the more we heal the inner waters, the more we're able then to see with the eyes of love towards ourselves and towards others. Compassion to the self, and then compassion to the others, and being able to give love and to allow that armor around the heart to be dissolved in order to receive love. Very strong message has been around limitations. Where have you been limiting yourself? That's really highlighted energetically. Just really stepping up and asking yourself, what is it that I want to create? What is it that I want to put out there? Allowing your heart's song to be heard, to allow your frequency to be heard through your creations, through your paintings, through your posts on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be. Allow and do what feels in resonance with you. It doesn't have to be social media or painting or YouTube. It could be something else. If you find yourself consuming more than creating, this is your wake-up call to actually start creating, because the world is waiting for that. So this is a strong month around the heart frequency, the heart energy, and seeing how you can heal the wounds from your inner child, and they will naturally come up. There's the full moon in the sign of Capricorn at the beginning of the month, and then closer to the end of the month there's the new moon in Leo, which is about allowing yourself to be seen, taking up space, your inner child, the heart energy, joy, and it's such a expansive, heart expansive month that is coming up in July. So I'm going to be sharing with you some card readings. So the first card is from the Healing Waters Oracle card deck. And interestingly, the first card was the Sirens, your voice, expansion, and freedom. Use your voice. And what's so fascinating, and when I took these cards out, they're random, of course, is it's connected to water. The Sirens is connected to the feminine energy, allowing yourself to take up space. And in this picture, you can see she is placing her hands above her head, which is crowning herself. Whether it be you're a female or a male, you're crowning your inner queen, inner king, and stepping up and sharing yourself unapologetically with the world. No matter what anyone says, just sharing. There's no shame in that, and dissolving that shame and owning what you really want to do. So really seeing that you are stepping into that main character energy, that's what I'm sensing from this, and that through that there will be greater freedom. And there is a whole new beginning energy coming through. That's what I'm sensing for July. This whole new expansive energy coming through for the month of July. Very watery in the sense of the feminine emotions, and through your emotions, they are your guideposts back to you. Your emotions are your guideposts back to your creativity, to your expression. And so allow yourself to create time to feel, to have a ritual, as I said, like a cacao ceremony, a mini cacao ceremony, which I'm actually coming out with a course very soon. So stay tuned to that. I'll be posting that very, very soon. It's going to be mini cacao course, a mini like introduction to it, and it's a guided practice, one short and one long form cacao ceremony. Now the second card is making waves, momentum is building. It's your time and achievement. So this is your time to step into sharing your truth. This is your time to step into what feels good for you. And so she's walking into a whole new beginning, letting go of the past, letting go of what had happened. What was true back then is not true anymore. And stepping into that is going to be very important. And acknowledging your achievements. What do you want to create? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to have a retreat? Do you want to have an event? Really stepping into that. You are so ready. If there's the imposter syndrome energy, witness it, say thank you, but this is not true. I know it's time for me to step into sharing, and along the way of sharing, you learn. No one's perfect. You are perfect in your expression when you just share from your heart. Now the third card is metamorphosis, embrace transformation. Things are different now. So again, what's true before is not true now in its time. It's the butterfly energy. That's what I sense. It's that transformative, going from the chrysalis, from a caterpillar to the chrysalis, in that sort of metamorphosis into the butterfly, into a new you, a new phase in your life. So these are really powerful messages, really on point. And the second oracle card deck is from the Beyond Lemuria oracle card deck, which I connected to be a very high feminine energy, the time of Lemuria. So it's a perfect card deck to choose. The water oracle card deck and the Lemuria, very watery, very feminine. I also want to mention the energy of pleasure. The sacral energy is around emotions, the feminine energy, sexuality, and sensuality. Connecting to your sexual energy and seeing that as spiritual energy, as energy that is really powerful and alchemizing, as well as attracting and manifesting what you desire, and just being in that frequency of pleasure. And if there is shame around that, to do the inner work to dissolve that, and that to realize this is just a maybe religious construct that is holding us back from our own power. And by stepping into our own power, we need to release certain beliefs in order to be in that truth. So the first card that I took out was Luminescence, and I'm going to read it. So this is what the card looks like. Self-love, the light that radiates from our hearts, light shining in the darkness, heart-centered living, removing your heart armor. The message that was mentioned before, accepting your shadows as the flip side of your strengths. So accepting all aspects of yourself, not denying. And accepting your shadow is the pathway to stepping more into the energy of freedom. Because then when you accept your shadows, then you're able to alchemize and to know who you are even more. A vulnerable, wide open heart, authentic, heartfelt needs. So yeah, as we were talking about, just being open and vulnerable enough to feel and to realize it's not a weakness to feel that, it is a strength. And just rewriting that within your mind and what that means to you. So really powerful message of acceptance, self-acceptance, feeling into one's heart. So just confirmation for all the previous messages that I was feeling prior. And just to confirm even more, which is mind-blowing when I took this card out, water. So look at this. Look at the top right here. So this Lemurian being is also placing the hands above the head. And this can mean receiving abundance and being open to receiving that. But what's interesting, just comparing these two cards, which I shuffled and randomly took out, you could see the placing of the hands for both. and it's both about water. And that's crowning, receiving your queen or king self. Really, really powerful messages around abundance. Through you stepping more into sharing, you will receive a greater amount of abundance when you start sharing from your heart. And it's just this very high vibrational feminine energy that's coming through. Really, really powerful. So yeah, no, this is amazing, amazing synchronicity that I took these two cards out. Really powerful. And it's about the heart, honestly. It's just like having the eyes closed, reflecting, coming back into yourself, meditating. Meditation could be like 5-10 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. So that could be another amazing practice for you. And I also took out the freedom card just to emphasize the energy of freedom. So there's been a repetition of the messages, the dragonfly, the butterfly, both cards of change and metamorphosis, and stepping into a new version of yourself. This is a 9-year, which is endings and welcoming in new beginnings. And the last card, the sound of the universe. This is the Sri Yantra, which is a symbol of abundance. And through music, through sound, through your voice, you can attract more of what you desire into your life. So notice your words and notice where you're putting your energy and focus in, and you will see how your life will start changing. Make a plan. What do you want to create? And if you find yourself procrastinating, if you find yourself not doing it, have compassion for yourself and just do it at some point. And you will see taking that sacred action towards your dreams will allow you then to feel a more expansive heart openness within you, within yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this July energy update. If any of these messages resonated with you, please feel free to share below. And I have the link to my favorite ceremonial grade cacao in the description box below as well. And I will see you very soon. Have a beautiful and heart-opening July, and I will see you in the month of August.